Hi, it's Lau again. I want to talk to you about a topic that I've gotten a few emails and other questions relating to. People say, I want to really study and go deeper into my spirituality. I want to go deeper into understanding myself, understanding my world. I'm not a religious person, but I really think after reading, the Tao Te Ching and Tao of Pu, various other popular books, that it seems like I really resonate with the Tao. And so, what does it take to become a Taoist? Do you have to convert? They want to know, basically, as a Taoist, like, what would I have to do? Is there a temple I have to go to? And those are all very normal questions, but it always comes to this one point, and I want to address that, but I want to address the main point that people ask me, which is, what do I have to do as a Taoist to study with you, to learn from you, to all of these things that you teach? Like, how do I apply this to my everyday life when I have a job, I have kids, I have all of these things? It doesn't seem like it's something that we can do. The videos or the books or the movies you see, they're either monks or priests, they're renunciates, they're celibates. I don't want to live that life, but I do want to follow this. And so I say, okay, let's break this down. Why does the Tao resonate with you or with most people? And the answer is, the Tao is not some atypical concept that somebody goes, okay, well, I've been studying in a human way, I want to renounce humanity and become a Taoist. No. Tao just means the way. The way of what? The way how everything in the universe works. I have talked about this part of the subject on several videos, but let me be more specific and candid, let me be more frank. You were already born a Taoist. You were already born in the way. Society, by its very nature, has to take the individual and their individual nature, and it has to mold it to be a cog in the wheel of this machine called society. The individual is always sacrificed for the greater good, okay? Taoists are the people who say, I'm not willing to sacrifice who and what I am, or who and what I was born to be. I was born at this time because the world needed what I have. Maybe it's a little match, maybe it's a little candle, but it's mine, and I want to add it to the greater light. And so when you come to study with me, or any Taoist teacher, or even a Sufis or a Kabbalist, we all study the same perennial wisdom tradition. There are cultural things, like, for example, Sufis have a lot of Islam, yogis have a lot of Hinduism, but Taoists have a very different relationship to the perennial wisdom tradition. And when you come to study with me, or you come to study with anybody who is really pure to those teachings and traditions, you're going to learn that you first have to learn, it's all going to be about learning about you, knowing yourself, right? The Oracle of Delphi, that was the very first thing you saw written on the balustrade, which was know thyself. And that's what it's about. But you have to understand, living in a society, the more you understand yourself, the more you understand your world. The more you understand your world, the more you're going to have to accept a certain amount of alienation. This is just part of the path. It is not easy to study, because if your mind is connected to all of these structures that are really arbitrary, they're imposed by people. Somebody once wrote that society or culture is just mass hallucination everybody agrees on. When you come to study these things, you have to learn to separate this mass hallucination, which is a framework. It's just a model that everybody works within, so they have a shared vernacular, or what they call a shared reality, but it really doesn't work very well. That's why there's so many arguments and misunderstandings. It's because people don't actually share a lot of what they think they share. It doesn't mean the same, and this is why marriages break up. This is why there's problems in infighting in companies, is because it's not a shared existence at all. The way you communicate is the way you communicate. And nobody really understands that until you understand it and then can make that bridge. But if you don't understand, you think, well, I speak the same language as everybody else. They should know. No, they don't know. I'm so sorry. The people who come and study with me, or people who study these traditions, first and foremost, have to give up what you think you know. The cup has to be empty if you want to be filled. And you have to be willing to go very deep into those places. People just naturally don't want to go. It's not easy. It's very difficult. So when people say, what do I have to do to study with you? I say you have to be somebody who is willing to let go of the need to know and be right, and be willing to throw away your assumptions that you base your life on, and be willing to accept life as it is, yourself as you are, and then come to understand what that really means and how that really is beautiful. You have to be willing to let go of indictments you have against yourself, hard feelings you have against yourself in the world, idea that the world is a harsh or a difficult place. You have to be willing to let go of social constructs, religious constructs, many constructs, not because they're bad or because that, they were imposed nefariously, but because you'll have to create that for yourself. You can use those things to create your construct, but those constructs themselves were not meant for you. It was meant to mold you to it, but you have to learn to start molding yourself to your own understanding of life, and then be able to translate and share that with people. The people who are not meant to study with me, I will be very clear, are people who are looking for me to magically heal them. I've had people write me and say, Lau, I have this mental illness, or I have this physical ailment, or I have this, and I believe that you're a great healer and a great abbot and a great Taoist, and if you can just heal me, I know that I can go and convert the world in your name. The answer is no, I can't. No, I won't. No. No. That's not how this works. I cannot heal you of anything. The only thing that ever needs to be healed anyways is simply your meanings in life. Okay? People who are coming to me looking for comfort, I cannot give you comfort. The path and the way is not meant for those who are looking to be comfortable. Comfort hinders growth. I'm not saying you can never be at peace and you can never be happy and you can never feel comfort. You have to shun it. I'm not saying wear burlap underwear. I am saying, though, that if you think it's going to be peace and love and, oh my God, we're going to be singing wonderful hymns together. No, we are not. This is time to look at your fears, or look at your terrors, or look at your pains, or your angers and resentment, and you'll have to face them. And it is uncomfortable. I will be there with you. I will help you. But I cannot do it for you. I cannot do it on you. I cannot do it to you. I have to be there, and we will walk through it together. But I cannot do it for you. There's no magic bingo. No, that doesn't exist. It's hard work every day. The hardest part is learning to let go of your expectations, your resentments, and to accept the world as it is. Accept yourself and accept that it is okay. Life becomes beautiful when you let go of your expectations and you raise your standards. Those are the people that are meant to study with me. Those people who cannot face their triggers, cannot face it, it is best not to come to me, because my job is not to give you peace. My job is to give you the whole picture and to call it down the middle that this is what it is. And I promise all of my students, I promise all of my disciples, the people that I train in various forms, one way or the other, is that I will never hide from you the reality of life. If you want truth, there are a million books out there with truth, but if you want real, that's the way. And the way will tell you that if something is true, it must also be a lie simultaneously. So don't look for truth, don't look for lie. Simply see what is, and then what does that mean to you? This takes away the fear of, oh, they lied to me, or, oh, they just don't want me to have what I want. It's not about that. It's about you have everything you need, but you don't have the skill. Simply that. You don't have the skill to apply what you need to your life. you'll have everything you want once you gain the skill. Once you gain the ability to say, I will practice the 10,000 hours, colloquially speaking, until I can let go of my mind's need to control, to project, and I can accept in the moment that this is perfect, and I just need to learn how to use this moment to my advantage to find the empowering meaning. Okay, I hope I addressed this. I hope you understand where I'm coming from, what it means to walk this path, because it will not make you a peaceful person. It will give you the ability to choose peace, regardless if there's conflict or not. Peace is not the absence of conflict. It is a choice you make even in the middle of conflict. It is not difficult for those who practice and those who really sincerely apply. But at the beginning, everything takes time to learn, okay? If you have any questions, please leave a comment, or you can hit like or share if that's something you would like to do to create a conversation. You can always email me offline if you have something personal at lau@fourdragonschool.com. Okay, I'll see you next time.